Namaskaram, name is Heather. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video, we are going to talk about how we can implement this app. So without wasting any time, let's start the process. All you need to do is you need to create like a folder on your workspace. So whether it could be like in your computer or on your desktop. So right now I added my folder on the desktop, and after that, you need to create a subfolder for the assets we need. So for this project, like I need three images, guys. So go for the three seasons, okay? And I wanted to create in order to create this app, like we need three files, one for HTML, one for JavaScript, one for CSS, okay? So once after you create these three empty files and these assets, okay? So these images can be anything, guys. So you can also get it from the internet. But if you want these images from my side, I can provide the links where I downloaded them, okay? So in the description. So and after that, what you need to do is like you need to open this particular folder from Visual Studio Code. Okay, so I already shown you how you can do this. So in my previous tutorial, so I'm not going to show again. Okay, so and after that, once you open it, like you are going to see something like this one. So all are empty, but in my case, I already added the boilerplate for the HTML part and also for the CSS part. But JavaScript part is going to be done by me along with you guys. So because the scope of this tutorial is to teach you how you can access the external API, or generally like what is an API, mean our internal API. So I'm going to discuss more about that concept, because like so far in my on my channel, like I only explain how you can create a to-do list, a simple one using HTML and CSS, and also I explained how you can create a UI, okay, using HTML and CSS. But I haven't explained via coding how you can access and how you can access a backend. Okay, so that I'm going to explain in this video. Okay, so that's the scope of this tutorial. Okay, so that's why I'm going to concentrate more on JavaScript than compared to HTML and CSS. So that's why I'm going to give you a quick overview. Don't worry. So the quick overview for this project is as follows. So basically what we need was we need a header. So for that I use the h1 tag, and after that like we need input, we need to capture the input from the customer. So a customer, I mean user. Okay, so for that I use the input tag, and after that like once you capture the input, then you need to also capture the action, right? So for that we need a button. So we use the button HTML element, and after that we need some dynamic section. So here, so after you click on the search button, so we need to show some information related to the city temperature, right? So for that we need some empty container, so that information is going to be attached via JavaScript. So this is the HTML we need. Okay, the raw HTML is this one. So after that, for this raw HTML, like we added some styles. So that's why how that's how we have this UI. Okay, so now if you wanted to see for example like without CSS how it looks. So without CSS, this is how it looks like. You see here, I only added now reset CSS, and after that, like what I did was I only added what we wanted, the background color and normal color for the text. And these two properties are going to be for the image properties, guys. So I'm going to explain them once we attach the dynamic image via JavaScript. So and after that, like I wanted to hide this particular dynamic container until there is some data. So that's why I added property called display none. By default, the display block is going to be applied for each element in HTML. Okay, so from CSS. So and after that, like I want to keep this container in the center. So that's why I kept in order to keep this container in the center, even though when the window is increasing or decreasing. In order to do that, what property I used was position properties to make it absolute in the center, and also the calculations I need to make in order to keep in the center whenever there is some increase or decrease in the window size. Okay, so for that what we did was you can achieve that using the help of top and left properties, guys. So basically what we are doing here is we are doing some calculation. So if you want to keep one container in the center from the top, all we need to do is like 50% minus the width and the half width of the half height of the container. So in this case, the height of the container is 400 pixels. That's why the half is like 200. But along with that, you also added some padding, right? So on top and bottom, you added 20 20. So again, half is 10. So again, for each half, like okay, top 20, so that is 10, again bottom 20, that is again 10, so like that it becomes 220. So in the same way goes for the widthwise, like in the left, I mean, from left. So in this way, like by using these two properties and this property, so we can keep any container in the center, but remind, I mean, always remember, so whenever you added some width or height, okay, this property again need to be changed based on that. Okay, so that's all. It's a pure calculation, guys. So consider this as 100%, and then you wanted to make this content in the center, so you just need to follow these properties. Okay. And after that, like remaining all properties are like self-explanatory properties, guys. So for input, I just added some padding and margin to look better. Okay. So yeah, I mean also some border radius, nothing fancy. And after that, some font size for the title and for the paragraph, or like some, I mean, the dynamic section. I added paragraphs. I'm good at paragraphs. So that's why like I added also for P some margin top and bottom, and also some font size. So this is the UI how we make for this app. Okay, and yeah.